Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick, and happy Independence Day to everyone out there that is watching this. We are going to do a mock draft today. I'm going to do it on Yahoo, a live draft, 12-team, picking 10th, half-point PPR. Let me tell you what, goes amazing just because I use my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft. So you definitely want to check it out. Thanks for watching, and here we go.
Listen up. It's time for the Fantasy Maverick Podcast, starring the guy who's going to help you win that fantasy championship, Jimmy Maverick.
Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Maverick Podcast. And hey, happy America Day to you all out there. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Gonna see some good fireworks, has some good food, maybe a small get-together, friends, who knows. It's hard in these days, but just stay safe out there. We're going to do a mock draft tonight. We're going to do it on Yahoo, half-point PPR, picking from the 10th position, 12-team league. We're going to see what kind of team we can build, and we're going to use my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, to help us pick players. So if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to go to my website, which is, let's see here. There we go. There's my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. That's where you'll find my app. It's a web-based app available exclusively through my website. So you're not going to find it on the Play Store or the Apple Store or anything like that. This is a web-based app, so any web-connected device can utilize this tool, and it will absolutely change the game when it comes to fantasy football this fantasy season. So when you go into the app, first of all, it allows you to build a fully customized draft list in minutes. It asks you 3 questions when you start out. How does your league score points? Well, we already said we're doing a half-point PPR. And then do you want to engage Jimmy's recommended player filters? We're going to go ahead. We're going to say no, actually, to this time. We want to see all the players on the board. And then do you want to engage draft mode, which breaks the draft down round by round based on the size of your league and your draft position. So we just have to put in that we're in a 12-team league, picking 10th. We'll enter draft mode. This is the draft list right there. You're all familiar with that. Here's the position filters. And then what will happen is you see these tabs pop in. This represents each round of the draft. So if we go to the first round, you are going to see that it is recommending for our first pick. We got choices. We got Chris Godwin. We got Josh Jacobs, Travis Kelce. Good choices for the first round here at the 10th pick. I'm happy with all those, but I would probably go running back. I think that's the way we need to go here. I'm just going to close that out. Here is the draft. It's going to start in a minute. Now, the way my app works is when you're in draft mode, the way I rate my players is something called the VORC score. It stands for value, outlook, reliability, and consistency. It's these 4 columns over here. And based on how they score on these things, they get points. And then those points are added up. That's the VORC score. Now, when you're in draft mode, you're looking at every player between this pick and your next pick with a little bit of overlap. And the players are ranked according to their VORC score instead of their draft position. So the most valuable, reliable, consistent players will be at the top of the list, and the least ones will be at the bottom. Just avoid the bottom part of the list. Use the top part of the list to focus on the players that you want. You will also see that there's little icons here, little guns and little hands. The guns mean they're a long shot, which means it's less than a 50-50 shot that they'll make it to your pick. So Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon are both long shots, but if they made it to us, they would be the highest rated players as opposed to players like Chris Godwin. We got Julio Jones here. There's Josh Jacobs. And Josh Jacobs has these little hands next to him. That means he's a reach, which means on the next round, Jacobs would be a long shot. So we don't want to, I don't think we want to risk it with Josh Jacobs. I think he's a fine first-round choice. He scores 45 VORC points. VORC is on a scale of 0 to 100, and anything over 40 is a great choice. And the higher you can get, the better. Chris Godwin scores 51 points, so about 6 more than Josh Jacobs. That's very close. There's not a lot of differential there between them, but I got to say, Chris Godwin, really like him for this year. I think he's great, but the Week 13 bye does bother me a bit. Plus Tom Brady, so it's a little bit risky. So we're just going to go with the safe pick. We're going to go with Josh Jacobs, and I think that's a great choice. And what this app lets you do is it lets you kind of strategize as to what players on each round, what group of players you're going to need to pick from. And that's one of the nice things is when we're looking at a player, we can then say like, okay, well, I think I can go for a running back this round because next round's a great round for wide receivers, and I'll take a wide receiver next round. It'll do that. So we'll show you how to do it. So like I said, I think, oh, look at this. Nick Chubb made it to us. And so Josh Jacobs is down here. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to take the workhorse here. So I'm going to stick with Josh Jacobs, even though Chubb scores better. Where is he? Oh, we went to round 2. Round 1. Oh, no, Chubb wasn't even on here. Where is Chubb? He's down here. Oh, look, Chubb scores 35 work points. He's not a great choice. So, okay, so we got Josh Jacobs. Round 2 coming up very quickly here. It's recommending Kenyon Drake, Kenny Golladay, Leonard Fournette. Again, I love going running back early and often this season. I think it's a great choice. I love Kenyon Drake. Look, 79 VORC points this round. That is fantastic. Kenny Golladay scores 59. That is a substantial amount less. Okay, so Kenny Golladay, not really excited about him. Maybe he'll make it to our third pick. I totally doubt it, but I do love the idea of going with Kenyon Drake. That's what we're going to do. So we're opening with running back, Jacobs and Drake. Great 1-2 combo there. I really like that. So we got a little gap here now for the third round. So let's click on the third round and see what the app is recommending. It's recommending Le'Veon Bell, Chris Carson, Robert Woods. And I am totally all in on sticking with our running back strategy. Now, if we go to round 4, we can see, okay, here's the kind of wide receivers we could get in round 4. We could get a Ridley or we could get Sutton. I love that. Okay, so I'm totally comfortable with waiting until the 4th round to get either of those guys. I think both those guys have low-end wide receiver 1 upside. And they're both very highly rated for this round. So I'm okay with staying away from wide receivers. The wide receivers this round, I mean, we do have some good ones. Robert Woods, 65 VORC points. That's fantastic. You got Cooper Kupp with 46 VORC points. He is a reach this round, which means we might be able to get him on the 4th round. I'd love to get him on the 4th round. That would be a fantastic value. But Le'Veon Bell, kind of like my go-to guy in the 3rd round. I try to get him in every single draft that I'm in. So we can start using our queue, and this is what I love to do with the app, is to use the queue so we don't miss on anybody that we really like. So if we go Chris Carson and we go where is Bell? There's Bell. We can go with who else is on this list? Well, we got Woods and Kupp. Let's look at those guys. We got, where are they? There's Kupp. There's Woods. Great. Who else was on our list that we were looking at? I think that's about it. Bell, Carson. Fournette's a long shot for us, but Fournette is also a good choice. Look at how good the VORC score is for these guys in the 3rd round. 90 points for Bell, 86 points for Carson, 74 points for Fournette. Those are all great. That's very solid scores, and very, very comfortable with taking any of those guys on this round. Leonard Fournette. So I got them all added up on my queue over here, so we're not going to miss anybody. I'm just going to pause till we're within 3 of our pick. We'll see where we're at, and then we'll see who we're going to take for the 3rd round. All right, so we are almost back to our pick here, and Golladay went off at 29th. That's crazy. That's such a deal. The guy that got him there, that is really a steal. Oh, look, someone took Carson early. Well, that's interesting. Bell's still my favorite. You can see we still got Bell, Kupp, Woods, and Fournette still on the board. So we've obviously got a great chance to get all of them. I think what I'm going to do, wow, there's still some really good wide receivers here, but it's such a short turnaround. Again, let's stick with the plan. Let's get Bell. We've got 3 running backs now. Great way to start this game. I really like this. Now for the 4th round, again, it's recommending Ridley and Sutton. Let's get those guys on the queue right away. So wide receivers, we've got Ridley and we've got Sutton. Who's still here? DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Amari Cooper. Guys I'm not super interested in just because, low volume pass offenses. And Cooper just went off. Cooper's horrible for consistency. Not really the kind of players that you want. Kupp is still available, and I gotta say, where are you, Kupp? We gotta look here. So, and Kupp, is he still on here? Oh, there he is. 50 VORC points. Calvin Ridley scores 75. Really, man, that's so good. I gotta go with the upside of Ridley, just because that offense. I think he's this year's Chris Godwin, so I got to take advantage of that. And now we got a little bit of a gap, right? So we gotta go to the 5th round here. So who's it recommending for the 5th round? We got Dak Prescott if we want to go quarterback. I do not want to go quarterback right now. I'm going to wait as long as I can to take one. We got Raheem Mostert, Russell Wilson. I love the idea of going for Mostert in the 5th round as our 4th running back. God, that's fantastic. Let's find him real quick. Where is? Oh, there's Mostert. I doubt he's going to make it to us. Kareem Hunt still there, so let's put him on the queue because he was one that was recommended from the prior round. Anyone else really interested here? So we got Terry McLaurin is a long shot. I like that. Darren Waller is a long shot. I got to say, man, if Waller makes it to us for our 5th round pick, that would be quite a steal. I doubt he makes it back to us. He's right on the edge of being selected there. And let's also get McLaurin on there. McLaurin's a great choice. So we're doing pretty good so far. I like this team. We're very solid. And if we look ahead to the 6th round, for the 6th round, Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan, Tyler Boyd would be a great wide receiver choice. Who else is on this round? Marlon Mack is a reach. Jarvis Landry, who I like, but I'd really like to see him clear that injury designation. There's Mostert as a long shot. Okay, so we're doing good here. We got lots of options. And if Woods or Sutton makes it to us, that would be like amazing. It's probably not going to happen though. Oh yeah, look where they are. Oh, and Mostert just got taken too, so that's not going to happen. Oh well. So anyway, we are still 10 picks. So let me just pause. I'll come back when we're at 3 and we'll see where we're at. Okay, I can't believe this, but Cortland Sutton is still on the board. We still have 3 picks, so I'm betting he's going to be gone. Nobody's taking him. This is crazy. Someone took Terry McLaurin. Okay, that's all right. You see Kareem Hunt is still on the board. Darren Waller's still on the board. Let's see. Oh my gosh, nobody's taking Sutton. I think I got to go Sutton if he makes it to us. If he does not get taken, holy cow, he made it. This is going to be our 2nd wide receiver. I love that. That is fantastic. And maybe Kareem Hunt or Darren Waller will make it to our next pick. But let's go to the 6th round. And, again, it's saying quarterback. We could queue up Tyler Boyd. What about running backs? What running backs are available here? We got Mack. Mostert's already gone. Swift, Michelle guys. See, these guys are terrible. See, they're all scoring less than 40 points. Mac does score 40. Let's get him on the queue. Running backs. We will go and get. Where are you, Mac? Mac's right there. And let's also get Boyd on there. Oh, there's Landry. I'll just put Landry up. Normally, if we get closer to the season and Jarvis Landry still has that injury designation, I would not take him, but I'm going to run under the assumption that he will be fully healthy. Look at this. No one took Hunt. Oh, but someone did take Waller. Waller did get taken. That's too bad. We'll go for a late round tight end in like the 9th round. Someone like Hayden Hurst. I think that's fine. I am all in on getting another running back, though. Let's get Hunt. He's an amazing deal here. I really love that. I mean, if we restore Hunt onto the list, let's see how he rates. Hunt scores 73 VORC points in this round. As a player moves to later and later rounds and is available later and later, his VORC score will increase because his value, the value component, which is just your draft pick less his value, gets better every round. So you could see like a player that would be available in one round. Like let's look at if we go and look at one of the reaches. Let's look at a reach. So Marlon Mack, right? His score is 48 in the 6th round, but in the 7th round, Marlon Mack scores 67 VORC points, right? That value component is adding to his score, so he's much more valuable this round. You'll see that. And if you restore someone from a way earlier round, like this is always kind of funny to do, if we restored like Devontae Adams from the 1st round and put him on here, look, he scores 115 VORC points at this point. Of course he's the best choice. Of course, right? But I put that in there because, again, we see it here that players are available later than you think or they go earlier than you think. But the ones that are available later, you can just add them back into the list and it will show you what the VORC score is against all the other players for that round. So it's very, very helpful that way. So we are heading towards round 7. All right, so for round 7, it's recommending Carson Wentz. It's recommending Keyshawn Vaughn. Not really thrilled with either of those guys. let's see here. And this is also this is the short round, so it's not as many players. So we don't find anyone we like, we can go to the next round. So, again, if I don't want to go quarterback yet. Let's see how's it going on quarterbacks right now. Oh yeah, well, okay. Oh well, Matt Ryan's still on the board. There's Stafford, Brady. Boy, I might want to take a quarterback on this next pick. But for running backs, what do we got? We've got Marlon Mack, James White, Sony Michel, Darius Geis, Keyshawn Vaughn. Not really through that. Look, Keyshawn Vaughn scores a 0, so I'm not really at all in on that. We got Marvin Jones, Will Fuller. I don't really like anybody in the 7th round. So what I like to say is if you don't see anybody you like, just jump to the next round and go with those guys. And in that case, we obviously got a much larger pool of players to choose from. So here in the 8th round, I'm recommending Ronald Jones. I do like that. Philip Lindsay, yes. Matthew Stafford, yes. These are all great choices. How about wide receivers? We've got... John Brown, he's a decent choice, but his value isn't great. Not really liking any of the receivers here. But for running backs, we got a lot of good choices. So Jones and Lindsey, and let's get them on the queue, definitely. So we'll go running backs. We'll go Jones, Lindsey right there. You can see we got some other guys that are still available. Not anyone I'm super interested in. All right. And for quarterbacks, again, maybe we should look at quarterbacks. If we look at the standings, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks have come off. So that's about right for this time period. But we still got, we got Matt Ryan and Matthew Stafford. I do like the idea of going with Matt Ryan. I think he is going to be an excellent choice this year, very much like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and try to get him on the short round. So let's go. And if we were to rate these players, where's the running backs? Ronald Jones scores the most fork points in this round. Let's go with Jones as our 5th running back. Great. That's great choice, man. I'm super happy with that. And we do have our 2 wide receivers, but we really do need to get some more wide receivers. Now, if we look at the next round, at the 9th and 10th round, you can see we got players like Sterling Shepard. Oh, look, there's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That's when we need to target him. Jamison Crowder on the next round, too. Oh, boy, that's something that we do need to look at. Let's see where we're at with tight ends right now. Tight ends. Oh, so Engram is still there. So Hurst still available. I think we could probably wait on him till next round. There's a lot of players in front of him. So let's go. And it looks like, Matt Ryan came off, but Stafford is still there. Look, Marlon Mack's still on the board. But let's go. Let's take our quarterback. Let's go ahead and get Stafford. I think he'll be great. And next round, we will get Hayden Hurst. So that'll be our 9th round pick. I love getting a tight end in the 9th round. Right now, I've got him valued, Hayden Hurst, 137 overall value. Not fantastic, but when I think his upside is tremendous. I mean, that's the thing I love is the upside. Because you just look at how much they utilize the tight end in Atlanta and what Austin Hooper got last year, and I think that kind of volume, we can expect a similar level, maybe not quite as much, but a similar level of volume. That would be outstanding for someone like Hayden Hurst. He'd really be a breakout. And we can, if we wanted to take a second tight end, I don't usually do that. But someone like Blake Jarwin late would be great. I think that would be a great choice. We are still 13 picks till our next pick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and then we'll come back when we're within 3. We'll see where we're at. All right, so it's almost back to us. Basically, nobody's come off that we've been targeting. Marlon Mack, Philip Lindsay still on the board, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our tight end here because we definitely need to finish that out for our starters, and then we'll get a wide receiver on the next round. So let's get Hurst. I think that's a great option. And then, as far as who do I like better? Is it Sterling Shepard? for the 10th round, if we go and we see Sterling Shepard scores 80 Vork points, Jamison Crowder 65, that's a substantial difference. I really like Shepard's upside, especially his consistency rating was outstanding last year. You might not have realized it, but he played in 10 games. Okay, so obviously his durability is the biggest concern, but he had 10 or more targets in 6 of those games. That's crazy good. And he never had less than 6 targets. Really a great option for late in the drafts. Now, there is another guy here. We got Deebo Samuel. We got Christian Kirk, Brandon Cooks, Marvin Jones. We got other guys available. I can restore them onto the list. So if we go to like Deebo Samuel, let's see here. Where is he? Deebo, we can put him up. How does Deebo compare? Well, Deebo's right there. I mean, he's got 64 Vork points. He's very good, and his value is significantly better. I don't like his outlook this year, and his consistency is bad just because it's a run-first team. But if he made it to us, that would be quite a steal. We'll see what happens here on this last pick right before us, but I'll bet you Abdul's going to take Deebo. Let's see what happens. No, he took Drew Brees. Holy cow. All right, so like I said, normally Sterling Shepard would be who I target, but I'm going to take the value here. Love the value of Deebo here in the 10th round. That is fantastic. That is so crazy good. So again, over 50, if he's got over 50 Vork points, that's a great choice. Great choice for your team. Now let's move on to the 11th round. We got that nice gap. Who's on this round? Okay, so here's the other tight end I was talking about, Blake Jarwin. Love him for as well for this season, and such a bargain to get in the 11th round. I love that. Jalen Reagor, the rookie, not really particularly thrilled with that. Who else do we got here? We got Goff, Jonnu Smith. Now, we've already got our tight end and our quarterback. I don't draft the second one unless I have a really large bench. This is only a 6-person bench, so I'm just going to continue to load up on running backs and wide receivers. I certainly would like to get another wide receiver this round, just not a lot of great options. I mean, Reagor does have some nice breakout ability, but not great value. Let's look at the next round. And, it's still saying, it's just not great options. What if I wait till the 13th round? Can I get some guys there? Okay, look, we got some good guys. Curtis Samuel, Alan Lazard. Those guys are good. They offer very close to top 100 value. They're both very solid plays. Great Vork score. Look at that. Curtis Samuel scores 100 Vork points in round 13. You don't see that a lot. That is very rare occurrence. Let's look at the running backs. No running backs in the 11th round. Let's see, in the 12th round, who do we got? Okay, we got some good options here. We got Henderson, Duke Johnson, not really particularly thrilled with him. Boston Scott, I do like. Antonio Gibson, I think, has some nice upside. Boston Scott would be great. So let's put Henderson and Scott on the queue, and we'll do that. So I think Henderson might be gone, though. There's Scott. Let's see, is Henderson gone? Yeah, he's gone. All right, so we can't get him. Boston Scott, I think, would be a great choice, and that would be our 6th running back. So fully stocked. We can't take more than 6. Normally, I would probably try to take one more as well, but I love the idea. I mean, look at this running back core we got. We've got Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt, and Ronald Jones as our running backs. That is freaking awesome. So I think Boston Scott would be a great choice here. And as far as wide receivers, let's just kind of see. Shepard is still on the board. Who knows? He might make it back to us. That would be amazing. Let's see here. Oh, and look, there's Mecole Hardman. How come I didn't see Mecole on the recommend list? Let's see here. Where is he supposed to be gone already? Let's see. There he is. Yeah, so he's available later. Where does he score? Oh, Mecole Hardman's right there. 45 Vork points. That's also a great option. I do love that. But did someone just take him? No, nobody took him. I just didn't start him yet. Okay, so there he is. Now he's on there. So, okay, well, if Shepard, holy crap, Shepard makes it to us, what a deal. I got to say, man, this is a reason you don't need to go early on wide receivers. It's so deep. Oh, someone just took Shepard. Well, that's fine. So let's go ahead. We'll take Hardman for this round, and then we'll take Scott on the short turnaround. And we should be in really good shape. That'll leave us only one bench slot left. We'll probably take Curtis Samuel or Alan Lazard. I can go put those guys on my list right now. Let's see here. Where are you? Curtis Samuel. And where's Lazard? Where are you? Well, Either he already got taken or I can't find him. Let's type him in. L-A-Z. No, he's still there. Oh, look at how they have him ranked. That's unbelievable. Why do they have him ranked 250th? It's funny how the different platforms rank these guys differently. But shoot, I love the breakout potential for Lazard. Jeez, that's amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll take Boston Scott. We got these two guys as our backups for our final bench slot. Then we'll take a kicker and a defense. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to pause. We'll come back at the end. We'll see what the whole team looks like, and we will rate it. It looks pretty good, though. I'm pretty happy with this team. This went very well. So I'll be right back. All right, so I made a little bit of a tactical error in the end of the thing where I took my kicker first, and I waited for the last pick to take a defense. Unfortunately, all my prime defense choices went away, so I ended up taking Tennessee. He's got a week 1 matchup against Denver, so I think that's decent. I got Koo from Atlanta as my kicker, who's great, but again, I should have taken the defense before. I would have taken someone like Philadelphia. That would have been a much better choice for my defense. So that is just a mistake I made. But let's review this team. All right, let's try that again. So let's review the team. So we got Stafford as our quarterback. For running backs, we've got Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt, Ronald Jones, and Boston Scott. I love that running back core. Wide receivers, also great, man. Ridley, Sutton, and we got Deebo Samuel. We've got, let's see here, McCole Hardman and Curtis Samuel. Then we've got Hayden Hurst as our tight end. And I think that's it. That's the whole team. So let's just review. First of all, look at how awesome the value is on this team. Look at this. I got 10 players with top 100 value. The ones I didn't get were, Boston Scott, who's just outside the top 100. I got Hayden Hurst, who I think is a top 100 value player. I think that's his upside potential. And McCole Hardman, who is, again, another one with huge upside potential. So even these guys who are on my bench have, I think, are going to be very valuable this year in fantasy football. Let's look at the outlook. Look at all the stars on the outlook. Now, I did take one star player. I took Deebo Samuel. But again, he was available so much later than he should have been. And I know he's dealing with an injury. And usually players that are dealing with an injury are off limits for me. And I know it's a serious injury. He may miss the beginning of the season, but he is our third wide receiver. So I'm not super concerned about it. I'm willing to take a chance on it just because the value is so good. Look at his value rank. 53. I mean, that is just amazing. That is outstanding. When we look at reliability, I got basically all high and mid reliable player, one low reliable player, Boston Scott. I'm not really concerned about that. He's a backup, and that's probably the reason why he scored so low on that, because he didn't play in a lot of games last year. But again, everybody higher, medium, reliability. Let's look at consistency ratings. Look at all these people over 5. That's better than average. We got a 10. We got 5 they're rated a 9 out of 10. Then we got an 8, 7, and a 5. Couple of lower end ones, Deebo, Boston Scott, they don't score good on the consistency. But again, these are bench players, man. These are not my starters. My starters are all very, very good. Reliable, consistent, great outlook, at least 3 stars on the outlook. I got lots of 5-star ratings. This is a fantastic, rock-solid team that I wish I hadn't screwed up the defense on, because that really kind of put me behind the ball. I should have had the Philadelphia Eagles. They were available in the 14th round. I didn't take them. That was my mistake. I'm not going to make that mistake again. So anyway, that's it. That's how it works. So go to my website. Check this out, man. Go to fantasyfootballmaverick.com. Sign up. You can access a limited version of the app for free. So you can sign up and you can try it out and see what you think for yourself. It's got lots of great information on it. Lots of things to help you out in making those critical draft day decisions. And again, if you like it, you can subscribe. It's only $19.95, and that's for a 1-year subscription, unlimited access, unlimited drafts, unlimited teams, right? As many as you want to play. And let me tell you, it's absolutely going to make a difference for you on game day. So on draft day. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic Independence Day weekend. And again, I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And have yourself a great night.